going to have a robust clinical study pipeline here at 3. The first, bioavailability, right? Everybody says our products are bioavailable. But when you ask those companies, okay, that's cool, show me the data. They're like, okay, I just told you they were bioavailable, right? Well, show us the money, right? Show us the data. I guess, scientists, unless I see, I will not believe. Anyway, we need to see the data. That's how science works, right? If you're going to say something, you need to make a claim. And so we ran this clinical study, and it's a KCO2 study. So in pharmaceuticals, when you want to determine bioavailability and cellular absorption, the first thing that you do is you do a KCO2 study. You use KCO2 cells, and using these cells, you form a membrane, tight junctions. KCO2 cells form basically the most pristine, ideal, stereotype's not the word, but fundamental cellular membrane. So it mimics perfectly most of the cellular membranes in the body. And so we use that as a standard, as a model. So what you do is after you form this membrane, and it takes a couple of weeks for those cells to form the cellular membrane, and you test it to make sure that the membranes form properly. And then what you do is you dose the molecule on top, and then you see what comes out on the bottom. Pretty simple experiment, right? Hence absorption. If you put, 100% on top of things and only 80% comes out on the bottom, then it's 80% bioavailable, right? The other 20% stayed on the top or got lost somewhere in the cellular membrane. And so this study is routinely done. It's the best study to begin with for bioavailability. Now, a lot of people say, well, why haven't you done bioavailability studies in human subjects? Well, we will do that. Bioavailability in human subjects is hard, though, because you have what's in the blood, you have what's in the feces, you have what's in the cell. It's hard to correlate things. You can do it, and we are going to do it. But the very first step is this. And what we found is that our products, so curcumin, which we use as a standard, normal curcumin is 10% bioavailable. And what we found is that our products are anywhere from 30 for Revive to 95% bioavailable. That's a big deal because of our cellular absorption technologies. Now you might say, oh, Revive, come on, and only 30%, that's terrible. Well, it's 3x more, 3 times more bioavailable than curcumin. And one of the major ingredients in Revive is curcumin. And why is it only 30? Well, because curcumin and boswellic acids and black cumin oil are a little bit harder to get into the cell. They're not as soluble. And so it just depends on the molecule. But anyways, we showed here that our products are bioavailable and they get into the cell in really high quantities and amounts. That's why our products work. That's why you feel a difference. You can find this study in the back office, and you can read that as a white paper. Okay, have a video that I want to show you. That we played this video at our convention, but it tells you one of the new things that we're working on that I'm super excited about. Okay, Barkle is going to come rescue me. Thank you, sir.
Listen, either the microphone works or the computer sound works, so we just...
And Dr. Dan sing it to us.
Yeah, right. That would be bad. We could talk about cool molecules while he does that. We could say, like, what's your favorite molecule?
Every second, your genes are on the brink of chaos. More than 20,000 genes in your body are acting as switches, turning on and off constantly, each and every day using epigenetics, which tells things when to move, where to go, and what to make. They are designed to run perfectly, but factors such as pollutants, stress, processed foods, poor sleep habits, and lack of exercise have allowed your body's epigenetics to stop functioning optimally, causing you discomfort, lack of drive, and other more detrimental consequences. One way to help this is by being proactive and taking charge of your genes to promote and maintain the epigenetics within your own body. At 3, we have designed and demonstrated that our products can do just that.
What do you think of that? So we're really excited about this. Showing that our product, yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal, showing that our products can help to regulate healthy epigenetics in the body. Now, there's 20,000 genes in the body, and these genes work like chemical switches that turn on and off all the processes in the body. It's like the conductor of an orchestra when you go to a symphony. He's been to a symphony. Go see that, right? You know, it's beautiful, beautiful harmony. You notice that everybody's sitting there, they're playing their instruments, and they're just kind of playing around, they're tuning, you know, and everything before the symphony starts. And then it gets a little quiet, and then the conductor walks out, right? That's what he or she's called, right? The conductor, they walk out, and they get to where they're going, right? And all the people in the instruments are watching her intently, right? And then, you know, she steps up on this stool or whatnot, you know, to get up a little bit higher. Everybody's like, they get a little more ready. And then they put out their hands, and then they get really ready, and then off to the races they go, right? And it's beautiful. And the conductor, sometimes she has people play low, sometimes high, sometimes they're all playing, sometimes just the piccolos are playing, right? You know, and it's this beautiful progression that gives harmony, right? What would happen if halfway during that, the conductor was grabbed and she was taken off stage and put in a room and locked room? That's sad, I know. What a terrible analogy. Sometimes I say analogies and I'm like, this is not a really good analogy. but we'll go with it because you guys are friendly and I see your friendly smile. So we're friends. We can talk about that. But if she's there in the room and she can't get out, what happens to the orchestra?
Chaos.
Yeah, it sounds like chaos. I don't know what to do, right? Maybe an ambitious trombone player will get up there and try to, you know, do things, right? But it just doesn't sound good. Dysfunction happens. That's the same thing in our body when our genes aren't functioning properly. Lifestyle factors basically turn off those genes. It's called gene silencing or gene suppressing. And it's akin to taking the conductor out of the orchestra equation. So the body is just chaos. And what we found is that our products, phytonutrients in our products, can help to regulate genes, beneficially regulate genes. So it's akin to going to that door, unlocking it, and then sending the conductor back out onto the stage so she could then take control of that orchestra and restore harmony to the group. And beautiful music continues to play, and that symphony is marvelous. That's what we found that our products can do. And so I just want to go through a few of these. And what we did, you know, there's 20,000 genes in the body. We didn't test 20,000. We tested 8 or 9. And you know, what I should say is this is the start of, science is a progression, right? You have to start somewhere. We're 9 months old. So we start, and then after you do one study, great thing about science is then there's another study that you do, and another, with different parameters, more rigorous, etc., right? This study was rigorously done. It was done with researchers in New Zealand, a third-party study where I had no input into what they're experts, right? They showed me the experiment that they were doing to make sure we're on the same page, but running the experiment, analyzing the data, working everything up, that was them, right? Because we want it to be unbiased. Same thing with our bioavailability study. That was done by a group called Wasatch Scientific. And they're based out of Utah. They do a lot of work for pharma companies. And that KCO2 assay, they do that all the time for companies like Pfizer and Roche and Gilead. And so they did the same thing for us. Anyways, so we looked at different genes. And BDNF, who knows BDNF? Brain-derived neurotrophic factor. It's a really cool gene that we're finding out is really important for a lot of areas of brain health. Neuron health especially, but general brain health. There are pharmaceutical companies that are trying to target BDNF with drugs. They're trying to develop pharmaceutical drugs to target BDNF because it's a really nice brain health target. So what we did is we took BDNF and we took liver cells and then we analyzed BDNF expression in the liver cells. Now why do we choose liver cells? Because the liver is the hub for metabolism. And a lot of reactions that happen in the brain actually also happen in the liver. And so we did this, and you want BDNF to be activated. So you want it to be turned on. Some genes you want turned off, other genes you want turned on. BDNF you want turned on. And so these are the initial results that we found. And you know, when they showed these results to us, I was like, I don't believe you. And Dr. Davis was like, damn, that's the number. I'm like, no, just do it again. Right? So they did it 4 times. And each time the numbers came out the same. That vitality increased BDNF expression by 840%, or 8.4-fold. Collagen, 570, Revive 430. Yeah, you know, so what I loved about this study is this study suggests, and this is one data point, and there's other data points that we need to do, but based on this data point, this study suggests that if we want to improve brain health, these 3 products could be of help for them. Well, but I thought collagen, wasn't that just like a beauty from within? Collagen something, you know? Revive, that's like inflammation. No, brain health. Brain health. Isn't that cool? Another gene, IL-6, interleukin 6. It's key in the inflammatory cycle. So medical doctors, medical researchers, functional medicine doctors that look at inflammatory panels, this is one of the key inflammatory markers on panels. And you want IL-6 to be depressed or deactivated in order to support healthy inflammatory status in the body. What in the world? I just started that over. And what we found is that, stick with me, it's like, dum, dum, dum. What we found is that Eternal downregulates IL-6 1,250%. What in the world? That number was insane. You know, when you do research, research is kind of sometimes a lonely road, and it's sometimes depressing. Because a lot of times you run an experiment and you're hoping for a desired outcome, and a lot of times that outcome doesn't come. And it doesn't work. So you have to go back and figure things out and do another experiment and make another formulation, and tweak this and tweak that. But it was amazing that we saw this result. It's just crazy. NF-kappa B, another really important gene when it comes to inflammation. And again, you want this to be downregulated as well. And what we saw, Eternal, minus 345, Revive minus 200. So we tested these 4 products. We didn't test Purify or Immune. We will test those in the future. But these are the 4 that we tested. And all of these, you can see downregulated NF-kappa B function. PPAR alpha, peroxisome proliferator alpha, what does the A stand for? Something receptor, activated receptor alpha, I don't know, something like that. PPAR alpha is a really important gene. You know, in biochemistry, we never say the whole name, right? PPAR alpha, really important for producing ATP. As I mentioned, ATP is the energy molecule of the body. PPAR alpha is the start of the signal transduction cascade that then rolls into respiration that produces ATP. And you want this to be activated. Revive. Look at all of these 4 products activated PPAR alpha to a large degree. 3.84-fold, 380%. Look at that. Crazy. You know, and I was looking at this data, I'm like, that's one reason why our products are really working. That's one reason why people feel better all the way around, is because we're turning on these genes. We're reactivating these genes. How many other companies, nutraceutical companies, have epigenetic data? I haven't seen it. And a couple months ago, I gave our board the challenge. I said, I challenge you, we all took on the challenge, to look all throughout the literature, look at all the supplement companies, look everywhere to see if you could find other companies in our space showing epigenetic data. All 9 of us looked, we couldn't find it. We are first movers, we are pioneers. First mover advantage, you know that term in business? First mover advantage. The person who gets into an area first can have the advantage and claim the space until the others catch up, right? Here at 3, we are first movers in the science that we're doing, in the products that we're developing, because of our pillars, because of what we're doing. Okay, GLP-1. Who knows GLP-1? Yeah. Oh, hot target, right? I think, now all of us, isn't it cool, like the layperson now knows what GLP-1 is, a lot of us. Who's heard of Ozempic? Mounjaro, tirzepatide. There's another one. Yeah, there's several, right? Semaglutide, yeah. Ozempic, they're all Ozempic derivatives pretty much. But anyways, GLP-1, a very important gene when it comes to regulating blood sugar levels, blood insulin levels, and it's because of regulating blood insulin that a lot of people see some good weight loss. And Ozempic's been around for a long time, and it's target GLP-1. It's just been recently, the past year, 18 months, 12 to 18 months, that a lot of people have been using it, and they've seen crazy results, right? And celebrities were using it, and went viral on social media, and now everybody's going to their doctor. I'm sure medical doctors, you probably have people say, hey man, hook me up with that tirzepatide. A lot of people are taking it, and they're seeing weight loss. They're seeing some other issues as well. We don't have time to go. That'll be our February journal article. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, that's going to be a good one. Valentine's Day to talk about weight loss and Ozempic. Anyways, GLP-1. You want it to be activated in order for health. You want a healthy, activated GLP-1 gene and receptor. And what we showed is that Vitalite, foundational health, baby, upregulates 348%, revive 293%. Nerf1. This is a good one for energy. And there are companies in our space talking about Nerf1 and Nerf2 and how important they are, and signal transduction and activation and those sorts of things. You want Nerf1 to be activated, and Revive and Vitalite activate Nerf1. The next gene, superoxide dismutase. Very important gene when it comes to regulating the antioxidant status in the body. What we found is that all 4 of our products slightly upregulate SOD1. We also looked at SIRT1. SIRT1 is a really important gene when it comes to aging, the aging process. And Eternal upregulated SIRT1. We don't have that data here, but you can find that data in the back office. And we're actually writing a peer-reviewed publication on this right now. And we're going to submit it. Right now, the journal that we're targeting is Functional Foods in Health and Disease. It's a great journal. This research that we've done will be a great fit for that. And so we're in the process of writing the manuscript. We hope to submit it in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully academia is so slow, these guys. It's like, you could review this paper in like 10 minutes. But anyway, it takes them a while. So it might be a couple of months before this paper is in circulation, but we are going to have a peer-reviewed journal article on our products in epigenetics. How cool is that? That's a big difference. You can find this study in the back office, and you can read that as a white paper. Okay, have a video that I want to show you.